You're watching our special coverage of the state funeral of Queen Elizabeth II. You see in the centre of the screen her coffin on the gun carriage, surrounded by sailors from the Royal Navy, the Grenadier Guards, beyond that the Life Guards, and the beginning of the process of heading towards Westminster Abbey. This is the beginning of the procession going from Westminster Hall through the streets of London towards Westminster Abbey. As you can see, sailors of the Royal Navy pulling the gun carriage, flanked by the Grenadier Guards in their famous bearskins, and the Life Guards in their famous white-plumed helmets. And behind the royal coffin, you'll soon see King Charles III and the Princess Royal, Andrew the Duke of York, and the Earl of Wessex, the children of Queen Elizabeth, walking solemnly behind as this cortege makes its way through to Westminster Abbey.
And you can see there on top of the Queen's coffin, her crown, Philip.
This is the imperial state crown, which was actually made for the coronation of the Queen's father, George VI, in 1937. And the reason it was made is because the imperial state crown before that was considered far too heavy from the time of Queen Victoria. But nevertheless, this crown is full of jewels. It's got 3,000 stones, 2,868 diamonds, 273 pearls. And it was worn by the Queen, although it was still quite heavy, at over a kilo in weight. It was worn by the Queen for the state opening of Parliament. And in one of her very rare interviews, the Queen talked about this crown and how difficult it was to wear it, and that she couldn't bend her head forward because the crown would fall off. So she had to be very careful when she was reading out the Declaration of the State Opening of Parliament to keep her head straight with the crown on it. So this crown also very symbolic for the Queen, because it was made for her father, her dear father, whom she really was so close to. When she was young, before she got married, along with her mother and Princess Margaret, the Queen always used to refer to the other members of her family as us four. And she's the only one now still alive, up until 2 weeks ago. So this crown that was made for her father's coronation in 1937 is something very dear to the Queen, and that is why it is on her coffin today, as she's taken on her last journey from Westminster Hall to Westminster Abbey for that funeral celebration.
Duncan, behind the coffin, you'll see clearly King Charles, Princess Anne, the Princess Royal, the Duke of York Andrew, Earl of Essex. Behind them, of course, then we have Prince William, Prince Harry together, which is a sight that many people will welcome, many people will talk about.